Hey, I'm Jonathan Sewell Sales at Mitchell Mazda and Mitchell Lincoln on the Boulevard in Enterprise. And I wanted to offer this short video to let you know that the used car values are changing. And I was real quick to come out and share my opinions on how I thought that they were continually rising. Well, I've got some good news for you, especially if you're looking for a used vehicle. So stay tuned. All right, as I mentioned in the intro, there is some good news coming, a little bit of a correction we've seen, and I wanted to offer this, I'm probably a few days past the mid-month, but Manheim has looked at the first half and issued a mid-month used vehicle value index, and for these first 2 weeks, or through the 15th of September, we're actually 0.9% down from August. So about 1% down in values of used vehicles. Now this is something that we've kind of started to see over the last 2 to 3 weeks. However, year over year, we're still up. So September right now, 2020, is still 16% higher than September in 2019 as far as used vehicle values. But we are starting to see a little bit of a correction. We are starting to see, especially those trucks that were so high are starting to take a little bit of a turn. So it could be good news for you if you're in the market for a used car or looking for one right now, because the market's softening up a little bit, which means that you're not having to pay the highest values ever, potentially. We are starting to trickle down a little bit, but it is about 16% higher than last year. So just to kind of keep it in perspective. So again, I was real quick to state my opinion for the last several months on how I expected those values to keep going up, which they did. But now I actually do agree with this. There's a little bit of a correction, a little bit of a softening in the used vehicle market. And I'm not sure how long it's going to last, because I think once we get back to the year's end, we're going to see a little bit of a spike as usual. For year-end sales and year-end business and all those things. But right now we are seeing a little bit of a softening. So two things that actually means. The first one is, if you're looking to buy, you may have a little bit more negotiative or flexibility on those vehicles, because maybe there were some that were bought while the market was high. Now it's softening, so dealers may be more flexible on pricing just to help move that metal, move that vehicle, instead of thinking that there'll be another consumer come around and that the market's going to keep climbing, because maybe it's not in the next 30 to 60 days. Number two, if you're looking to trade in a vehicle, if that market keeps softening over the next 2 to 4 weeks, 2 months, your value of your vehicle trade-in is going to drop with it. So if you're looking to trade a vehicle, especially on a new vehicle, which is relatively fixed value right now aside from incentives, you may want to go ahead and trade sooner than later to get the max value for it. 2 weeks, 2 months from now, it may be a lower value. And then you may, again, new vehicles are starting to turn over with 2020 to 2021, but aside from incentives, those MSRPs are pretty fixed, other than, of course, dealer negotiation or profit margin there. But it's not going to be as dramatic of a price change as the used vehicles usually are. So you might want to check that out. So again, those two things, looking to buy, looking to trade, now's the time for you to really look in your market, look in your area, see if there's a vehicle you want that you can get some extra negotiation or additional discount on. And if you're wanting to trade, you better do it sooner than later, because the next 2 months are going to be trending down from what I expect. Now, October, I expect a little bit of a decrease as well. Again, do remember though, we're still about 15-16% higher than what we were this time last year. So there is still some correction to come, we expect, but there is going to be a little pickup as we get towards the end of the year, maybe just the month of December. So maybe you have the rest of September, October, November for that little bit of softening, a little bit extra discount, or whatever the case may be. So don't miss out on that if you're looking to buy or been putting that off, waiting for the right price, the right vehicle, whatever the situation is. I always suggest when you find the vehicle, if it's in the parameters that you can afford, whatever your budget is, cash, finance, whatever the case is. If you can get what you feel is a good deal, you should go ahead and take advantage of it, because it's hard to replace those vehicles. If you find the right one, it may not be there 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months later. And then, of course, the volatility of the market, up, down, whatever the situation is. So do the best you can. I'm here for you if you ever have any questions about anything. If this video left you with some questions, drop them below. I'll be happy to reply to you in the comments. And as always, you can call or text me at 334-718-0504. I'm Jonathan Sewell, sales at Mitchell Mazda and Mitchell Lincoln on the Boulevard in Enterprise, Alabama. And I'm here for you. Anything I can do to help, just reach out and I'll be there.